Check, check, 1, 2.
How's it going, everybody?
Put amongst in the trunk. Turn the bass up. Hello, boys and girls. You are now watching and listening to the new and improved Peter and Jay Talks Wrestling Show. Hey! Oh, whatever.
Hell yeah, though.
So, yes, this is our episode 54.
Fuck yeah.
2 weeks removed from our 1 year anniversary.
And filming?
Yes,
cool.
and film. Yeah, you know, why not? Why not? This is fun. He's all like trying to produce the shit. Like, I'm trying to find ways to make this work. He's like, oh, maybe we should move it over here, move it over there. He's like,
it's a visual now.
He's fucking. He's like Kevin Dunn over here. he's like in my ear, like, no, like this. I'm like, dude, I got this.
Hey.
My name is first in the credits. Okay, Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling. Hopefully, we'll have like some sort of billboard. We don't even have a. We don't even have a logo yet. We got nothing. If anybody listening and you want to give us a logo, just hit us up.
Hand us one.
Yeah, I even make a shirt for you and give it to you.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So, a lot of crap.
Like what?
The world of wrestling is filled with a lot of crap right now.
I mean, there was a little bit of a lackluster Raw.
I ain't talking about Raw. I'm talking about wrestling, the wrestling world.
Yeah, what do you
All
mean?
the bullshit.
Like,
you got Dana Brooks dodging bullets.
what do you mean?
You didn't hear about the shooting?
No.
So at the WWE, like the development, what is the center? What is
at Full Sail University.
Well, what's the name of the center though?
Oh yeah, it's like
The development
Performance Center.
The Performance Center. If you haven't heard already,
yeah.
there was a shooting.
Any of the wrestlers shot or involved?
You don't have to get that close to the mic.
Oh, well, any
It was a motherfucker, something Montoya. That's what his Twitter name is. He shows up.
Elder Montoya, like Just Incredible, and the.
I don't know who the hell this guy was, but he's shot. So he was like a stalker, right? And he showed up to the Performance Center looking for Lita. Apparently, he had a big crush on Lita. Do you remember at the beginning of Lana leaving Rusev,
Yeah.
and we were kind of up in arms about the possibilities of her being the top diva in the company, and that Dolph Ziggler is going to help. Dolph Ziggler's career is going to help her career, and that all went to shit. Like, I had high hopes for whatever storyline they had with Lana leaving Rusev and hooking up with Dolph, and them being kind of like a new power couple, so to speak. So, you know, like, they made her into trash. They made him into like a googly, you know, like a little like sappy boyfriend. And the only person that's really looking good out of all of this is Rusev.
Yeah, which is...
He's performing like a motherfucker.
I think, well, I mean, Ziggler is definitely doing good in ring, but I definitely think that...
It's about the character.
Rusev's
character is awesome.
Yeah, Rusev's character is good, and then I would say, yeah, he's performing well. So, but I think that's the future. I think they already screwed up with Ziggler to where he's only going to be as over as a mid card. But if you use the most over mid card to get this guy that you're trying to get up there,
I don't think they screwed Ziggler. I think they already had in mind what they wanted to do.
Two screwed up world title chances is screwing him up. If you're trying to get everyone as over as possible,
no, they're not. They weren't trying to get him over as possible. That's the problem.
That's
why I feel like they didn't really screwed up.
No. That is screwing up. If that is not your goal in wrestling to get everyone over as possible, then you are screwing up.
Yeah, I understand, but it's hard to screw up. It's hard to say that something screw up when they never had plans for him in the first place. Ever.
Well, then they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have done it, and then that's screwing up. They shouldn't have ever teased it. Keep them off TV. If you don't have plans with them, don't even put them on.
Well,
TV.
they're screwing with the fans. They didn't screw up. I think they did more screwing up the fans.
Well, that's screwing up. They probably lost people doing that. You lose more people screwing with the fans than you do gaining
Wrestling
people.
fans ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, well, it's been going down every year,
but it's raising in other ways though. I mean,
I don't think so.
I feel like I don't think the product itself, in terms of when I think they started doing like when the RKO out of nowhere thing hit, they did it on like NBA like sprint halftime or something, and I think they did it when Shaq fell. You remember when Shaq fell off the table? They did an RKO out of nowhere on Shaq.
Like the Vine came
the Vine. They did one on Shaq.
Who's that?
What do you mean?
You said they did it on Shaq. Like people made it, or WWE specifically?
The person who was responsible for creating the RKO Vines, they did one of Shaq.
Yeah, for sure.
So when they showed it on NBA, the NBA halftime with Kenny and Shaq, Kenny turns around. He goes, "Who is that? Is that what does he say? Is that Triple H?" That's what he says.
Yeah.
Right? And it just goes to show this is a big spot for the WWE. And the product itself is, just like the NFL, the emblem, the shield. And now you only know the shield of the WWE. You know the logo.
Because they're screwing up. They're not
getting
the guys over.
And they don't know how. No one is known. The only person is known is John Cena.
Well, that's what I was saying with them screwing up. They screwed up. They're trying to get more people known, more than John Cena, and or just more than John Cena, just known. And they tried to do it with Dolph, but they kept screwing up because they couldn't pull the trigger and put the guys that they liked politically in the back over. That's what I was talking about, screwing up.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's a matter of context. I just look at it as in like they never had plans for him in the first place, ever. I think they wanted to do something with him, but they only wanted to do so much with him rather than to really put him over. I mean, do you see him as the face of the company?
I think for a while there he was the most over, but then they just didn't do it. They acted like they were going to do it to calm everyone down, and then they just slowly took it away, which is the worst.
But he
thing
had that concussion. That concussion was some serious business.
I mean, that was
Jack Swagger. He kicked him in the fucking head, and then boom, that was during his title. He only had the title for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and all of a sudden he's in this.
But that was the second title. That was the second time he's won the title.
Well, first one didn't really count.
That's what I'm saying. So one time's a mistake. You fucked up twice.
Well, he had a concussion.
You still could have kept it on him and then brought him back in a few weeks, especially if everyone liked him. Especially how over he was after he beat Del Rio after that Raw.
Yeah, but he was a heel. He came out he immediately turned face, and then it's just like protocol. I mean, the world of concussions right now is serious business. And since everything has been happening with the NFL...
I'm not saying he didn't have to... He definitely should have taken a few weeks out, but he could take a few weeks out with the belt where he's cutting promos every week, talking about how he's pissed at, the Real Americans or Kane or whoever the fuck.
Oh, even to be on TV for that matter. I mean, concussion protocol is some serious shit. I don't think the WWE intended to move him to the side before the concussion. I think they were going to probably do something with him, but not to a certain degree.
Well, then you said they never had plans with him.
They never had plans.
Then they had plans with him before the concussion.
I said they had something to do, but I don't think they were going to go but so far with him. That's what I said.
You said they never had plans with him.
I said they don't have plans for him, but they had something for him, but not only to a certain degree. That's all. That's what I said. If we go back and listen, you will hear me say that. So
you said that as well as
I know, but fuck it. Who cares?
Well, I mean, I can only hear
so Dolph and the idea of him getting a concussion and getting taken off TV, I think that's just a freak accident. That was a freak thing, and then they had to take the belt off him because they didn't even know when he could actually be in the ring. The concussion thing right now. How reliable is he? How dinged up is he? That's what's happening with the Daniel Bryan. Yeah, that's exactly what's happened to Daniel Bryan. And what happened then was no one's guess. You know what I'm saying? And again, they had a little something for him, but it was only going to take him but so far. And then the big plans were never going to come. So he's in this shitty position now. What I thought it was going to be something completely different, like it's sort of a James Bond thing. Like he was going to be like, cool with the hot girl.
Yeah, I think that's what they think they did. But
they made him into a fucking puppy, dumbass.
For sure, but that's what they think they're doing, is making him this cool thing. But I think they're so off. They're old. They don't know what they're doing. And I think they think they're behind these people doing this, but they are screwing up. I think they don't think they screwed up with Ziggler at all.
They're fucking up with Lana. Again, the only person that's coming out looking awesome in this is Rusev. Because he's playing his part like genius. And it seems like he's getting better in the ring, and him just as this guy, like this kind of ogre, it's working for him. It's almost like he's coming into his own, because when he was Starker Rusev with the stick, I was like, oh man, they're gonna fuck this up. And then he lost to Cesaro, and then he lost to Cesaro. He lost to Roman Reigns, and it's like, whoa, where are they going with this guy, right? And now he looks great. The main target was fucking Lana and Dolph. It ended up being Rusev is the guy who's the entertaining one. And Summer Rae, I have to hand it up to Summer Rae because she's playing her part like a fucking champ. She's selling licks from Lana, who's not even a performer. She's fucking like playing like the not to say the slave, but like she's like, know your place, woman, girl. She's playing that role really well. So it's like the arrow was on that direction, and it all shifted to the other direction. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, talk about missing the cue.
I mean, I don't. Yeah.
And this whole skit was useless. It's like Kevin Dunn trying to produce dramatic television.
Yeah, I don't know where they were going with this, but this definitely took up a lot of the fucking show, and. I don't know. This Rusev Ziggler storyline, I guess it did progress, but it's been going on a number of pay-per-views now. I just kind of want to see it.
And it's still not over.
Yeah.
There was another DQ.
The thing is like it's not going to be for a title, and it's going to be a Night of Champions. They already said every title is going to be on the line and everything like that. So it's going to be filled up a lot with a lot of title matches. So I don't think there's a lot of room on the card.
It's gonna be a pre-show match.
Yeah,
It looks like pre-show match material.
No, I don't think they'd spend this much time with it put on the pre-show. I definitely think they're trying, but I think that they're just missing the boat here. I don't know how to fix it.
I'm just saying, like, it's Rusev's coming out looking like $1 million, and he wasn't even the guy that was supposed. After John Cena beat his streak, I think they were gonna turn him into Kozlov. He was gonna be sipping tea with fucking Santino Marella,
but then he got tied to Lana, and Lana got super over and with the back and with the fans. So I think that since he got tied with Lana, his actual girlfriend, he got helped his career, and now like They have another year of storylines to do with him that's outside of the Russian thing. Yeah, he's gonna look good. I think he's looking like maybe his third year in the company, his third year on the main roster. He's gonna probably be, I would say, one of the top heels, maybe top heel.
He'll be fourth heel. I mean, I think he's gonna turn babyface soon. He's been too much in peril. He's been the underdog. It seems like it's like the Karate Kid. He's like, what's the guy's name?
Like the
blonde.
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about, but I know his name.
Well, if you remember,
I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name.
Like, there's this video going around of the other spectrum of Karate Kid, like seen through that actually.
The blonde
Ralph Macchio
That's
was
awesome.
the heel. It's like, because you look at it, it's like, yo, man, like this kid actually got into someone else's business. He's trying to hit on this girl. You know what I'm saying? This is Dolph Ziggler. Like he's actually the agitator.
Yeah.
But we're, if anything, we're looking at Rusev as he's the bad guy, but he's not doing anything wrong.
He got dumped.
Well,
he's kind of chauvinistic, which is kind of pushing a lot of buttons, I feel like, politically nowadays. So
I don't know, but that was him and his girl. Have you been in a relationship before? Have you been mad?
Yeah, I mean, I understand, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, we all been in relationships. We know what this shit is all about. So all of a sudden, this dude comes out, he starts kissing his girl and putting him to shame. Every time he turn around, he's fucking putting him to shame. Like, dude, I'm just like trying to do my thing over here, man. I'm a pimp. It's hard out here. It's hard out here. But we've been talking about this way too fucking much. Let's go into
the Beat the Clock challenge.
Yeah, well, the Bellatron.
Yeah.
If anything, they're gonna fucking. Not only are they gonna like burn us with a cigarette, they're gonna like twist it with a fucking fork of fucking Brie Bella's road to beating AJ Lee's belt record. Like, this is some garbage, man.
Yeah, the whole thing was that if all the team members of PCB had to wrestle in a separate match throughout the show, and you had to beat someone's time in their team PCB to wrestle for the title. So Nikki's out there in a white dress, and I think next is
we could just go through all those matches.
Yeah. First we had Sasha Banks. Oh no, sorry. Alicia Fox and Becky Lynch.
Bellatron.
Becky Lynch just like. Becky Lynch made short work, beat her with the submission armbar at 3:21. And then the next match was Charlotte versus Brie. This match was good thing it was short. Charlotte won with 1:40, time of 1:40. And then we have Paige.
I didn't get to see that match, by the way.
Oh, Paige. Oh, you didn't see that one?
Well, my stream was fucking out.
It was nothing really. Brie didn't really. Brie got her ass kicked pretty much. Paige versus Sasha.
No, I'm saying the Paige versus Sasha Banks.
Oh, word.
I didn't get to see that. But apparently people were pissed.
It was a cool move where Paige ran at the ropes, kneed her in the face, and then turned her over, rolled her, and then kneed her in the face while sitting down. But this match was real quick. Of course, it only lasted 1:40, and then the match stopped. But what happened was after Paige hit her Rampage, she went for the pin, but then the rest of the members of Team Bad Naomi and Tamina pulled her out, so then she couldn't win.
Yeah, so. A lot of people were pretty mad at that.
That was a good wrestling finish. I'm glad people were mad. That was fucking awesome.
Because Sasha Banks is so over.
They're mad that Sasha didn't pin?
Yeah,
that way.
Yeah, they're just mad that Sasha just didn't win.
But she got, I think that... Okay, Team PCB looked like a team, where Sasha looked like she had two muscles helping her out not get pinned. So I do think keeping Sasha in her own leadership position is the way you should do it, where like Charlotte and Becky look like Paige's lackeys. Two girls on the main roster, Tamina and Naomi, look like Sasha's lackeys, like helping her win and just kind of being her muscle. So I think Sasha did look strong, even though she didn't really lose. She just didn't get pinned, and she didn't win. But, I mean, it was really designed to see PCB who would win in that. So
I got some psychology, and I'll make it concise. Now, what we're dealing with right now over the past 2 weeks has been a Divas Revolution backlash.
Mm-hmm.
And rather than look at it from a perspective of like, hey, let's make some changes, they didn't really make any changes. They actually went back to the old formula. They gave us some residue of a Divas Revolution by, okay, we're gonna let you calm your asses down with a number one contendership for the belt. So right now the discussion in your head is that, oh yeah, we're getting our like someone who's gonna attest for the title, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what we've been asking for. I haven't really been asking for that shit. I've been asking for a storyline to a contendership, not just let's slap on a fucking like.
Don't you think Paige is going to be a little upset that this girl she brought in, essentially Charlotte, is now wrestling for the belt and not her? Don't you think this is the layout of the storyline?
You wish.
I mean, how do you know? I mean,
you wish. How do I know?
I mean,
because I watched the show.
Why wouldn't that be?
Because they're not gonna give you anything. They're not gonna give you anything right now. They're just still like, hey, look at us girls. We're just wrestling, and meanwhile, we're gonna beat AJ Lee's record, and I'm gonna be the longest reigning diva ever, and that's all this is just it's bells and whistles. It's all bells and whistles.
I mean, but once I think that's what's going to happen is the PCB's there's going to be some tension there, and then that's when we see them wrestle each other, and these matches are going to start laying out a little bit.
It have nothing to do with the belt. See, that's the thing.
No, number one contenders.
Well, if there's contention, and their contention shouldn't be with one another. Their contention should be with whoever holds the belt.
But that would be the storyline. Number one contender, former tag team partners facing for the number one contender.
And where does Nikki come into this?
Well, number one contender, Nikki would then face the winner.
No, but I want them bitching at Nikki, not bitching at one another.
Well, yeah, this tension's going to happen all the way up to the pay-per-view. Nikki will still win at the pay-per-view, and then the next pay-per-view or the following from the next pay-per-view as a story arc, you're going to start seeing fresh matches through Team PCB wrestling each other, or later down the year some way.
I don't care to see them just have a bunch of matches. I mean, let it make sense. Let it make sense. Let it organically happen. Let the people decide who they want to cheer for, who they want to boo for. Again, this whole faction thing is dumb. Maybe you're giving creative a little more credit than they possibly think. You think they do? Because right now, the way this is being handled is crap. Now, again, they're going to throw this haze over your head like, oh, yeah, there's a number one contender, right? But then we get short matches. They take a step back. Whoa. Okay, and I feel like a beat the clock challenge is just an excuse to give them short matches again. So you get a little bit, you get what I'm saying? So you get a little bit of something you think is working, but in fact, they went back 6 weeks ago to them having short matches to sort of cover up. I mean, what is a beat the clock challenge? You get a minute and 41-second match. That was the Divas of before the whole Divas Revolution. A 3-minute match.
Well, okay, you can give me a 3-minute match, but if it's good, when it's good, and the ladies they have brought up make a 3-minute match good, where Brie Bella can make a 10-minute, 1-minute, 5-minute, whatever the fuck match bad. So the girls that they did bring up, the fact that it is 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 20 minutes, what have you, it's going to be good 3, 10, 20. Where now Brie, Nikki, and like Tamina all really don't really wrestle.
You're really rooting for this stuff, man.
I'm not. Rooting,
I find it amazes me, and I don't. It's not that.
I just know. I mean, I'm not. I mean, it can fail or succeed, but the matches have got to be good. You know, like I think the matches are good. Like they're at least better than what they have been. They're held to a standard. Like the moveset, the flow of it is at least trying to get to a place where before it was just awful. I remember even back to like a year or two ago.
I gotta have something to believe in. I gotta have someone that I think is a piece of shit. I gotta have someone who I think is awesome.
Well, you don't think Nikki's a piece of shit, making all these girls like do this?
Well, no.
Including her teammates.
The booking is piece of shit. I'm so focused on how this is being handled that whoever the girls that are in this are nothing more than just faces and shirts. That's the way that they've made it. Like it could be anybody in those shirts. I don't even care because like I'm so worked up over how they're handling it. So if they have a great match, great. But what does it mean? It means nothing but not a great match. You're saying that this Divas Revolution should be something where at some point it should headline a WrestleMania.
No,
right?
I'm not saying that.
No, I am.
Oh, why?
This whole thing is because this is the movement that they're going for. The Ronda Rousey,
I know. I think
main eventing UFCs and stuff. I mean, the theory is this is the theory.
Sure, but that's not what I'm not saying that that's.
I'm not saying that you're saying
to get to that goal. I think that's silly to think about. But as far as the women's segments that I'm watching are better consistently.
I don't think they're. I think it's just too much. It's too much bells and whistles, and they're cloaking over the fact that what they're playing with Nikki Bella is more important than any other thing that's happening in that company on the Diva side of the card. That's it. Everything is about Nikki Bella. And you want to make them think this is about Sasha. You want them to think this is about Flair or Becky Lynch or Paige. It's not. It's not at all. This is all about Nikki. And it will always be about Nikki. And if you want your great matches, that's good, man. I'll be falling asleep because if I can't root for you like I root for, say, if I can't root for you like what say root for Cesaro, then it means nothing. You know, if I can't root for this person like I can root for Kevin Owens, it means nothing. If I can't root for Sasha Banks and all these people and have that connection, just a great connection with that character, fuck a match. I gotta have a connection with
Why
Bayley.
don't you have a connection with like Sasha Banks, like seeing her from NXT coming up, and then now having her own faction? Why don't you have a
Because she was
connection?
awesome, and now she's just a chick in a shirt with some black girls. That's all she is right now.
I mean, I don't think so. I think the fans like her, so that's what you go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but unfortunately, it's not about her. It's about Nikki Bella, and she's in the hurricane. This is what I was talking about before they even came out. It's like, don't bring them up while this fucking reign is happening. If she's gonna beat AJ Lee's record, have no one near
No, but
this.
now I'm saying I think now people really want her to get beat. So if you tease it and then you eventually do it, it's gonna be a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, you want it, but you're not gonna get it.
Yeah, you are. Look at you. People are going freaking out. People are talking about, man, I'm pissed that Nikki has the Divas title. Who the fuck gave a fuck who had the Divas title? Who the fuck gave a fuck who had the Divas title 6 months ago?
You should be whatever about everything. And I applaud. And it's funny. And maybe it's rude, whatever.
Well, no, you're mad that Nikki.
I'm not mad. I'm like whatever about this. I'm like, I'm not gonna get worked up. I'm only worked up to where I'm worked up to the idea is like, hey, you want to give me something, then give it to me. Don't fuck around. When before those girls came up, you're like, hey, bring these girls up. Let's elevate the Divas division.
And they did.
And I go, no, don't do it, because while AJ Lee's record is there to be beat by Nikki Bella, the Hurricane Bella thing is just going to make everybody look dumb. What's most important is Nikki Bella. And now you got these girls, and they're in the way of it. So by later down the road, I'm telling you, dude, I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. I'm not just saying this out of my ass. I really believe there's more harm to be done while these girls from NXT are on the main roster during Nikki's title reign run than anything that anybody else could ever do. More than say what they're doing with Cesaro, more to say what they're doing with Neville, more to say what they're doing with anybody or Dolph Ziggler or anybody. Those three girls are fucked. Flair, Banks, Lynch. They're fucked. And you know, again, we have two different perspectives on what our expectations out of them are. You want to see great matches. Yeah. No, I want to mark for them. I want to mark. I want to be like, yay, boo. This is fucked up. This is great. All I'm thinking now is
people are doing that. They're pissed that Nikki Bella has the belt. They're pissed about that.
And I go, man,
because they can legitimately see that Nikki is not the best wrestler and being protected by these two other girls.
This is whatever. I'm not impressed. All I saw, the psychology was this. Okay, you want to keep this Divas Revolution. You want to give us the idea that there is a little bit of contention for the belt. Well, we didn't get that before, and now we, rather than giving us like this tag team match that goes from anything from 8 to 12 minutes, now we're going back to 1 to 3 minute matches.
But 3 of them.
I know, but it's still like short matches. It's like that's the thing. It wasn't a 12-minute segment.
Well, I mean, I thought like, you know, it's like I think bigger picture here. Like, yeah, we did cut it down to three segments this week, but
of 1 minute matches.
No, 3 and then 2 and then 1. 3 and 2 and 2, so it would be like a 7 minute match overall.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Whatever. I'm not trying to convince you. I guess I'm more talking to the audience, and I hope they see what I'm saying. I just feel like it was 3 steps forward, 4 steps back. If you're going to just go back to short minute matches and call it like the beat the clock challenge, I'm like, you selling, I'm not buying.
But they have that thing where that teases the tension between PCB or right there. Charlotte got it.
I don't want that. I don't want
Paige
that.
did it. Or you could get Paige versus Sasha. Paige is pissed at Sasha for cheating. She didn't really. She could have beat Sasha. She had Sasha right there. You have tons of good story arcs you can do that don't have anything to do with the belt, which is fine with me. You can do storylines that don't have anything to do with the belt and make them number one contender shots and make them have to do with the belt.
I
think Paige versus Sasha, Paige versus Charlotte, those are all great matches, and those are things that you can use coming out of that.
You bring up Charlotte, you leave Banks down there, you leave fucking Lynch down there. Charlotte comes up, she looks Nikki Bella right in the eyes like, fuck you, I want that belt. That's the only drama. Anyone else and all that other crap should just stay to the side. It is the Divas division. You want one hot storyline. You want one hot storyline. You don't want a bunch of girls with potential to be hovering around with like, well, this is going on. What are we doing over here? Like, no. Give me one hot storyline. All this shit is just it's a clusterfuck, and they're doing it wrong. They're doing it wrong. And they're going to keep fucking it up, and they're going to keep thinking, get you thinking one way, but they're going to be working in another way, and it's going to be 5 steps back. And one of those is this. Back to one, and beat the clock. Whatever. It's 1-minute matches. It's no different than where they were before. If you're going to call it but it's a beat the clock. Man, fuck your beat the clock. It's a 1-minute match. Like, that's all I'm saying.
But that's making you care. You're watching the time.
I don't give a shit. You're seeing my excitement as if I'm buying in and marking out to this. I'm not. I'm looking at the company like you're a bunch of idiots. You guys are a bunch of idiots. And I don't like the production of this show. I don't like this segment because you're fucking it up. You're fucking it up for the women. You're fucking it up for the fans. You're fucking it up. This is the biggest crock in a long time that the WWE is trying to shove down our throats and get us to think one thing is happening when in fact the wool has been pulled over your eyes for another thing to sort of happen. And I'm just not buying it.
I just think that, a lot of people got carried away with what they expected out of this. I just thought that there's going to be the same amount of women's wrestling on the TV, but it's just going to be a little better. That's just all I thought. I was like, okay, cool. That's fucking cool. And then Charlotte cut promos. Of course, a wrestler cutting a promo saying she wants to headline WrestleMania. And then you guys bought into it. You guys should have realized that it was a wrestling promo. She was trying to hype herself up. They're not going to headline WrestleMania ever. It's just going to make the week-to-week women's segment better. And I think it has done that. And I think people got carried away because they believed a wrestling promo too much.
Well, I just went. We don't need another Nexus. That's bullshit. We don't need to fucking strip these girls down.
But there's
all the hard work that they did in NXT, all the hard work they did in NXT means nothing when they're in these dumb factions. It means absolutely nothing.
Well, I think they're gonna break up Team PCB while keeping Sasha with her group
soon.
And Nikki with her group. So then you have the two, the A and the B heel, and then all the faces.
Not
and all
anytime
the minions.
soon, man. We got Survivor Series coming up. Right, and all 3 of those factions, the team, whoever's need to be the Diva segment of Survivor Series within these teams. It's just crazy. We'll see, man. We will see.
We'll see.
And so Ryback versus the Big Show.
This was a alright match, I guess. We've seen this match God knows enough times. Big Show gets the mic in this one. What'd you think about that?
Well, again, I was having issues with but I did catch that he's like, please retire. He's like, you want me to retire? Somebody come here and make me retire.
Yeah, and it's
that was it. And he goes to the top rope. What happens when he goes to the top buckle?
Oh yeah, Ryback throws him off, shell shocks him, Ryback wins.
Oh, so
they're he just launched Big Show off from the top. Right.
So here's the thing: whenever everybody needs to always chant Big Show please retire because he's going to do something awesome, right?
Yeah, he's doing top rope moves.
That's the thing.
I tweeted. I said, "Am I the only person who thinks Big Show's second rope senton at SummerSlam was awesome?" And I don't know if anyone said anything, so I must be the only one saying this.
Yeah,
this is the true travesty. Big Show is going off, and people just want to get noticed on the internet, saying like, "Ooh, I got the wrestler to talk to me."
Like he has his own little U.S. Open challenge. Like I'm going to impress the crowd kind of shit going on.
He's going to wrestle in a network. Network exclusive, him and Brock are going to wrestle at the Madison Square Garden on October 3rd.
Oh, I hope it's a match.
No, yeah, it's a match.
I hope it's a match.
Oh, like back and forth, I don't know about that.
Because you remember what happened, right?
Well, I said something. I said...
Remember last time they met up?
Brock is like a Royal Rumble of 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago?
I think so because last year it was Rollins Cena Brock, so I think it was 2 years ago. Where
He beat him to death with a chair.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be. I think he's just gonna maybe Big Show gets a little bit offense, but I definitely think Brock's gonna win this. But it's still awesome to see Brock at F5 as many times as I've seen him get shell shocked. So I'm stoked for this match.
I'm just saying, keep yelling. Big Show retire, and he's gonna do something cool.
Yeah, because
you're gonna see next. We're gonna see what will we see next?
I'm going 450.
450 splash.
450. Let's do it, Big Show. Or maybe like a.
I'm looking for like a dive out the ring.
Maybe just a big ass frog splash.
Yeah, frog splash. Frog splash. Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
That'd be great. What would you call that though?
What's a big frog? Like an alligator splash.
Yeah, gator splash. Or fucking croc splash.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah,
and then
I hope we're done with this. I really hope we're done because Miz was on commentary. And
yeah, like they said, Miz even said something. He's like, this happened 4 months ago. He brought it up 4 months ago. Like that was supposed to be a big deal. But I was like, Jesus Christ, this 3-way feud for the IC title that's been kind of not that interesting has been going on for 4 months on TV. I'm ready to see Ryback face someone else. Maybe Ryback Rusev for the IC belt, something like that.
I'm ready for the Miz to get that belt somehow.
Something. See, we do. That's what. Yeah, as long as it's away from this three.
I want the Miz to have it. He's such a great heel. He's so great. He should have won it.
I think maybe Miz could have taken the IC title, and then Ryback and Big Show. I don't think they need a belt. I think it's just two big guys that can throw each other around. That's going to look impressive, and where I think Miz can do something like.
Make them want to beat the shit out of him all the time, and he's just going to run away with the belt. It's going to be awesome.
Something.
It would be awesome. But again, Ryback with that belt, it just seems like something's missing, and I think a lot of it is just character. And I still think how he won the match in SummerSlam was still like an odd thing. So you go from stealing a victory to like shell shock into Big Show with no problem. It's just like make up your mind what you want to do with this guy or how you want to present him. Because that was chicken shit. That was a chicken shit pin he had at SummerSlam.
The good Dudley Boys promo, but then Cesaro versus Owens, and
I didn't even see that match at all. But who cares?
I know we didn't talk about. We talked about how maybe it was a lackluster performance from the two of them specifically at SummerSlam, but this match was great.
But who cares?
Cesaro, okay.
Who cares?
Owens jumped off the top rope to do a tornado DDT, and Cesaro caught him from doing it. You need to go back and watch it. It was amazing.
Who cares? The outcome was what?
The outcome was...
Owens wins clean.
Yeah, Owens wins with a pop-up powerbomb.
Okay, like, who gives a fuck?
Dude, this
is garbage. Now, it's a shame. Because, like, why are you giving these guys a clean... Because Owens just clean house with Neville, right? He just clean house with Neville. This is the second straight clean pin he has on Cesaro. And, like, you want to complain... you want to say some things about, like, this, that, and the other, how, I think... how the Divas Revolution, how I'm kind of pulled out and like, well, whatever, they're fucking it up. No, they're really fucking up Cesaro, and I'm a mark right now going like, this is some bullshit. You got Cesaro section shits everywhere. I'm sounding like Jake right now. You got some Cesaro shits everywhere. People are behind this guy. Now, him losing at SummerSlam, and that's what I predicted, was to get him over as a babyface in peril. Now, Kevin Owens isn't being dirty. He's actually been awesome. He's clean. No low blows, no thumb to the eye, no nothing. He's winning clean, and it's not making it any better for Cesaro. So I'm just like, guys, stop fucking up Cesaro. Them Cesaro signs, I still want my fifth by Survivor Series. Those signs will be gone. Well, it's not going to be because WWE is going to take them shits from people at the door. Is because they're going to render us to not even give a flying fuck about Cesaro by that time.
That'd be pretty bad because, like I was saying with Ziggler,
that was my heel promo right there.
I would say, yeah. I mean, I fear that too because I think like with Ziggler and everything, you can only pull the trigger on somebody so much where you run out of bullets, and I think they've ran out of bullets with Ziggler. And I think Cesaro, he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. He was in a successful tag team, and then you kind of put him on his own, and now you're pulling away from that. there's only so many times you can pull the trigger where you're shooting blanks. And I think Peter might be right. I think if they don't go now with him, it might be too late. And he can always wrestle in the ring. And I think his style is something where it's going to age well. I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
Contract's going to come up unless he's like fat and I mean, not say fat as in big guy fat, but fat and content with his contract and the money he's make on whatever he does.
He'll be cool on main event. He don't care.
Go ahead and gear up for this, by the way.
I'll have to start watching main event, I guess.
Go ahead and gear up for this, because all of this is filler, right? All of this, whether it's Dolph Ziggler, whether it's Cesaro, Owens, whether it's anybody. I mean, you can look at any and all of this. The Wyatt family and their new member. You look at Ambrose and Reigns. You look at all of that shit. This is all filler. None of this is all going to matter come Dallas, Texas. Because you would like to think that all these people, all these players, all these people moving forward from here on out from SummerSlam, and there's a reason why they're probably doing this, because they just want to wipe all this shit out. Come WrestleMania, the only people I see on this roster right now performing at WrestleMania, that's 32?
32, yeah.
Would be the Dudley Boys versus the Usos. That's it. That's it. That's it. Maybe Roman Reigns. Maybe.
Rollins? Cena?
No. Maybe Cena. Maybe. Maybe Rollins. Maybe. But we're talking Taker, Brock, Rock, Batista, Stone Cold Steve Austin. We're talking Triple H. We're talking a whole bunch of people. If they could get Ronda Rousey in there, when we're talking about a full card of WrestleMania that has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about right now, right?
Yeah.
So, you know,
well,
I
don't think it's going to be to that extent, but
it's going to be to that extent.
I get what you're saying.
It's going to be to that extent, to a point where it's like, I was thinking about this at work. I was like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be so invested. Maybe I should just know my role, shut my mouth, just talk about what happened each week, and just sort of be like, all right, and not get worked up, right? Because it's going to all boil down to say what's going to happen in April. And none of those people that I'm up in arms about are going to actually be a factor. So Cesaro's one of them. Why am I worked up about Cesaro right now? I know he's not going to be wrestling at WrestleMania.
I mean,
why am I worked up about the divas? They're not going to be on WrestleMania. The only women that's going to be performing at WrestleMania is going to be Stephanie McMahon and Ronda Rousey, which makes that Divas division still that much more fucked up. Divas Revolution, my ass, is Ronda Rousey. It is Stephanie McMahon.
That isn't, well,
ain't that something?
That isn't going to be signed yet, but I definitely think they just don't do a good job pushing Cesaro.
But they don't have to.
As far as the Mania card, I think, Cena, Rollins, Reigns, Dean Ambrose.
No. Cena.
Ziggler all have a spot.
Cena and Rollins. Maybe Rollins. Rollins will probably drop the belt after a while.
Reigns, Bray.
No, Reigns ain't even sniffing in WrestleMania.
I'm not talking about main event. You said not main event, a spot on.
Oh yeah. It's called the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. All of them, all those jabronis are gonna be in one ring.
They don't have that many hats up their sleeves.
Going for like
what about Sting? Sting's on the roster.
Right now. Sting. Yeah, Sting. Great. He's gonna be on there. Sting's gonna be on there.
I mean, Brock's wrestled.
Brock is gonna, like I said, that Brock, Rock, Sting, Triple H. There'll be all the Batista, all of these legends coming up, and it's gonna be a wrap. And they're gonna find like a superstar too. A superstar has to be involved outside of Ronda Rousey. Maybe Jon Stewart. Like something. And then there's gonna be a performance by P. Diddy and Flo Rida and Machine Gun Kelly.
I don't think it's gonna be that bad, but I don't know. Maybe I'm an optimistic, but
it's gonna be awesome. So
it's gonna be awesome.
it's gonna be badass. No. It's gonna be badass because we're all dummies right now. We're all worked up. Me and him about to fucking go to fisticuffs over the damn Divas division, and they're not even gonna be featured at WrestleMania. You know? And we're going to get all worked up about what they're doing with Kevin Owens, what they're doing with Neville, what they're doing with Stardust, what they're doing with Cesaro, and it means absolutely nothing. It means nothing. WrestleMania is what it's all about. And none of these people are going to be on that card at all. At all. Roman Reigns is not going to be on that card. This big motherfucker, this Braun motherfucker is not going to be on that card. He's going to probably win. He's probably going to win the over-the-top Battle Royal because he's damn sure not going to win the Royal Rumble. You know who's winning the Royal fucking Rumble? The Rock is winning the Royal Rumble. No, not The Rock is going to win the Royal Rumble. Brock Lesnar is going to win the Royal Rumble. Like someone who's going after the belt, going after because he still has to get his fucking belt from Seth Rollins.
Wouldn't it be cool if Brock like was first entry in the Royal Rumble and just like bodied everybody?
That'd be great. That'd be awesome because you know what? They mean nothing. He could actually kill them. And it wouldn't matter. Just have it.
But Vince would cover it up. Michael 20 years later.
I'll fall into the ground. Too soon? Too soon. Oh, that's fucked up. That's fucked up, Jay. Oh, that's fucked up. That's real fucked up. Yeah, man.
Was you mentioned Braun in this?
Why do we do this? Why do we have Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling anyway? It means nothing.
I mean, it gives me something to do Wednesday afternoons, you know?
Yeah.
But what'd you think of Braun and Dean? I thought Braun, I mean, you could obviously tell, I would put him on a scale of not as good as the Big Show yet. Like a young Big Show, better than Khali. Like right there as far as big men go.
He's an impressive motherfucker.
Yeah.
I put him in the level of Rusev in terms of how impressive he is. I mean, like I'm not going to say he's like Ric Flair and Arn Anderson or some shit. I'm just saying, like, at his size and what they want to book him to be, he's fucking impressive. All I think is down. I was trying to talk to Nathan. He's like, oh, you get ahead of yourself. I'm like, shut up. Let me have fun with this. I can't have fun with anything else. No. I'm all pissed off about everything else. So I can see him.
I love the Wyatt family now, especially with this dude. Every member of the Wyatt family is something to watch.
Who do you feed him to though? He got to be fed to somebody. You just can't have this big motherfucker walking around and like not be prepared for someone. He's no. And it's funny because I think Cena. He's not for Cena. That big motherfucker. No, I don't think he's for Cena. I think he's for Brock Lesnar. I think a guy like he's for Batista. He's for Brock Lesnar. He's for Batista. Hell, he could be even for Neville if they do that. But like, you know what? I still think that
not Neville.
Neville versus Big Show is my dream match right here. No, seriously.
Neville versus Braun would be good too. I do think, but I don't think. I think I would say Braun definitely needs to have the upper hand until you get to a Cena. I guess he's already beating Reigns, so you already squashed that. But I can't find anyone else that you really would. Yeah, Cena, Brock. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Cena, Brock. I'm not Braun. You mean Braun? You mean Braun Cena?
No. I'm saying Cena or Brock Lesnar would be the only guys.
Yeah, they would feed him to.
Yeah,
I mean, because they have no trust in anyone else who's their big baby face.
God, Brock and Braun, that would be amazing.
That'd be badass.
Yeah, and Braun and Cena would be like a good storyline play out, whatever. But Brock and Braun would be something that would be a Mania match.
Yeah, well,
if they book them properly, I could definitely see something.
That would be because
unless they're doing something with Taker. Then
because you know what, if they book him well enough, Suplex City is under construction. It's not like you're gonna pick that big motherfucker up or book him to
you don't know
to actually but I'm saying it would be super triumphant to know. It's good to know they have someone on hand to actually threaten Brock Lesnar. This whole Undertaker shit, I don't say that's threatening to Brock Lesnar. This motherfucker though, you're like, oh, Rocky Tom,
Yeah, for sure.
Just that chicken. Just chopping fucking, hitting tires with mallets and shit. Like just a full on bullfit, but for Brock Lesnar because he's really met like a big cyborg motherfucker that is a problem.
Yeah, that'd be
great.
Amazing. That'd be amazing. Great. And then what'd you think of Xavier Woods' hair?
Before we go into that.
Okay,
so Braun's a problem. Is there a third? Is someone showing up to help Ambrose and Reigns?
Who I can't see. Maybe a face that's floating.
It would have to be someone out of the blue, just like
Ryback, maybe Mark Henry, maybe.
No, Mark Henry.
Well, you have to have him lose. That's the thing. So you can't really have too big of a surprise, but you can have.
No, it has to be an equalizer. Who is the equalizer right now? No. Who could be possibly the equalizer? Eli Cottonwood?
I would say.
You remember Eli Cottonwood?
No.
I'm almost thinking that he's the monster at Lucha Underground. Because he's a big motherfucker. People forgot about Eli Cottonwood. He's like 7 foot. He's a monster.
I don't know who would be Rain and Dean's partner.
Would it be Samoa Joe?
Well, I think he has unfinished business in NXT, but that would be fucking sick. I would love to see Bray and Joe and Harper to lead up to feeding him to Joe. And I think Joe could get a good match out of him. He's a vet. So if they're going to bring Joe up to the main roster, I would love that.
But he would have the Braun equalizer.
What about Cesaro? I mean,
nah, he ain't no Braun equalizer. You see how big this guy is? I mean, someone has to be there big. I mean, it has to be big. It had to be the Big Show. It had to be someone like, hey, man, I see you guys getting tossed around. You know, my old baby face right now. You know, 2 weeks ago I was a bitch. But now I'm a baby face. How about I hit you with this big Braun motherfucker? But can't now.
But I think he's all tied into Ryback.
Or even Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
But next week we'll have something for you. We're gonna go over our fucking notes and see who could possibly be the equalizer. If you're listening, if you're up there at this point, hit us up who you think the equalizer could be.
For sure. For
this feud between the Wyatt families and the Ild. Who's gonna be? Is it Chris Hero? Is he finally gonna show up?
What was his name? Cassius Ohno.
Cassius Ohno. Is he finally gonna show up with his fat ass? He gets fatter by the second, man. God. Well, what's going on here?
New Day versus the Dudley Boys. Xavier Woods comes out with a nice perm hair.
I've seen him do that before, though.
Oh, that was pretty
great,
wild stuff.
Yeah, it's great. I've seen him do that before.
And then they bring out this table. They put it under the ring. They have a bubble wrap on it. They don't want it to break. They said it was the last table in the arena. And it was going to be very, important that,
It's the last table on earth.
Yeah.
Protect the tables. So their whole thing is like, they have a campaign to protect the tables from the Dudley Boys. Save a table, break a Dudley, give tables a chance. Yeah. And they, as silly as it sounds, and it's something like, oh man, this is dumb booking. It's fun. And the crowd was into it too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, save the tables. Save the tables.
It was great.
Like, people going nuts over the New Day, man. This is tough, man. This is tough for the Dudleys.
Why do you say that?
Because people love the New Day so much. They're so entertaining.
Well, that's why you bring old guys in, is to get the new guys over even more a little bit. And I think that's why they came, is to help the young guys out.
I thought they were coming in to basically make the New Day bad guys again.
I mean, get over. Heel, face, I think they're there to help them out. And I think if you're that good of a heel, you're going to just eventually just get cheered. And that's what they're hitting right now.
I'm thinking they want them to get the Dudleys to be out cheered by. That's a tough task. Until, again, you pushing old ladies in the street in front of cars, you kicking babies in the face, and putting cigarettes out in kids' faces. That's what's going to...
Xavier Woods stole this match. He was trending on Twitter from the sideline just because of perm hair. He got in the way and he was combing it while Kofi jumped off from the apron to the floor at one point. It was hilarious. The Dudley Boys try to do the what's up, but Kofi jumps from the other corner to block it. The New Day really did look good in this match, but then the Dudley Boys set up the table after winning the match. Big E is slow to get up to his feet, really milking it, and then Xavier Woods saves Big E from getting slammed through the table. Thank God they didn't break the last table there.
Yes, but
those asshole Dudley boys.
Why the fuck are the New Day and the Dudleys facing right now in this match? Like, this is too much too soon.
Yeah.
And not only do they just face, they get a clean victory with the 3D. They get a clean victory. They fucking beat the New Day like it was nothing. Like, clean victory. Here you go, 3D. Boom. Dudley Boys win. Where's the drama?
The 3D is...
Where's the drama? Where's the drama?
Well, now I totally want to see if the Dudley Boys have what it takes to actually win beat them again and win the belt and Night of Champions. I don't know about you. They beat them once with the 3D, and I want to see the table get smashed or not smashed. I want to see what happens with this last table here.
Too much too soon. They could have done a singles match.
No, definitely too much too soon. Maybe just like a little schmoz where they're cutting a promo in the ring. The Dudley Boys come out, they fool them, and then they get the table away. Something like that. But I think that they should have saved the Dudley Boys for SummerSlam to make that interesting, and then they should have had this match at Night of Champions. They definitely should have saved Dudley Boys' return for a pay-per-view, but I mean, I guess they wanted to spike the numbers for Raw. And I mean, it was the last match on the show. It was a bigger deal than most tag matches on Raw.
Not to go back, but Braun did speak.
Oh yeah, his promo was amazing. Yeah, Braun, his delivery was fucking killer.
I was like, he speaks. He speaks.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't like save him as this big guy in the back.
Yeah, they gave him the microphone, let him talk. Sorry they take his back, but I just going over my notes and I saw that. I don't know. They could have done a singles match. They could just have some zaniness and just run through the rest of the card. All right, match after match. But just let them pester each other until
have
we get
a schmoz, a segment,
until we or just pester. Like the Dudley Boys could be out there and all of a sudden they could New Day could come out and fuck with them. It doesn't result in a distraction roll up anything like they did with the Primetime Players and the Los Matadores, but just something where it's like, hey, yeah, you are assholes, and then play that shit. Let them be pestered. Just keep being a gnat. Basically, play the Miz. Just be go away, and until they get their comeuppance at Night of Champions. I mean,
something better than just giving it to us right now?
Yeah, it's just too much too soon. Too much too soon.
And then we had the main event segment where Rollins was coming out. He's gonna call out Sting for fucking up his trophy ceremony. He comes out there and he says hey, I'm not. Triple H had his time, but I'm the man now. And Stephanie had to come out and be like, hey, slow your roll, stop shit talking my husband. And then he's like, oh yeah, I was supposed to call out Sting. So you can see how you can kind of see how Stephanie and maybe even Triple H are manipulating Rollins around, and Sting's kind of manipulating Rollins, and Rollins kind of did look like a young pup that was getting fucked with by these veterans' psychology. And he calls out Sting, and then Cena comes out to even fuck with Rollins even more.
I thought we were going to go a whole episode without seeing Cena. Really thought. I was
no way.
When that fucking music hit, I just felt the world kind of move a little bit because it was like the collective eye roll across the planet.
Well, we didn't get Sheamus. We didn't get a lot of people. We didn't get Randy Orton. Yeah, so, I mean, the show was lacking a lot of traditional star power. But, yeah, Cena came out.
To get a pop.
Yeah, challenged him for the U.S. belt, and then Stephanie said since every title needs to be defended, U.S. belt versus Cena and the world title against Sting, and then John Cena and Sting stood at the end of the ramp.
I know, weird.
Yeah, that was cool. I marked out right there.
It was as cool. Weird as him standing beside Randy Orton. Remember that?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And Randy Orton kind of looks at him like, "What the fuck, dude?" This is awkward.
Dude, Sting and John Cena standing right there at the top of the ramp. It was definitely weird. A wild.
It's weird. It was weird, to say the least. Mm-hmm. It's just like this episode. He opens up the show, right? Mm-hmm. That's weird. Just last week he grabs the fucking belt and holds it up. That was weird. It's like this bizarro world. I never imagined Sting to be in existence of any and all these things. Him walking down a ramp at WrestleMania, and now here's another notch to the belt of him just standing side by side with John Cena of all people. Who would have guessed that would have went down? But again, I feel like if just to look back at all this, you look at Owens versus Cesaro, you look at the Dudleys versus New Day, you look at Sting opening it up. And you look at, what was that? You look at the Divas. They got all the Divas out there to do their thing. Even though I felt like they fucked it up. But, you got this storyline with Dolph Ziggler and this sort of trashy TMZ type storyline of, showers and saying the word naked. And, you got these stories and shit like that. It was all to aim a pop, It was all to really get a pop in the ratings. Too much too soon. But this is about the dollar, and I'll be curious to know what their rating were this week because they put it all they could give you. It really was. Anything more would have been a return of Brock Lesnar. It would have been a Brock Lesnar versus fucking Roman Reigns match. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't have done more.
Yeah, well, yeah, especially missing, like I said before, stars like Sheamus, stars like Randy, and we've been used to seeing Undertaker, Brock. I think that's what they thought. They're like, we don't have these guys that we've been putting the whole show around for a whole month on the show. We got to give them a lot, and then they ended up giving us maybe more than I guess we're saying the WWE Universe needed. But I definitely wanted. I wanted to anticipate seeing the Dudley Boys again because this match was great, and I wanted to see it at Night Champions.
They're just regular dudes on the card now, so there's no more like anticipation to them. It's like no, they're going to be out there just as much as primetime players. They're going to be out there just as much. It's not like they're going to be like, hey, we're here, and then we can take a break off, and then we'll come back and like get a pop and shit like that. No, they're being Jericho'd right now. Well, not necessarily Jericho'd. They're being RVD'd right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Until they leave again. But it seems like they're full time now.
Well, that's awesome. But I mean, even at that, like you could have Ascension, Los Matadores, and then the New Day, like you're saying. But no, they just gave us the Dudley Boys way too soon. So.
Which I think the Dudley Boys, and you look at it, and this is what we're talking about with Nathan. They don't do. Leave your hair alone.
Come on, man. Look good.
Remember last week? He looked like He looked like Braun Strowman last week, and now he's all like Tom Brady and shit over here. Now you should be part of the damn the NXT champs, tag team champs.
Oh, Blake and Murphy.
Yeah, no, not Blake and Murphy. Aiden English and.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the Vaudevillain.
Yeah, he's like a Vaudevillain. Like over here, he went from Braun to Vaude. Yeah, I know, right? Straight up. But what were we talking about before I got distracted by your grooming?
I think we were talking about just how shitty Raw was and how they gave away the Dudley Boys a little too soon.
Oh yeah, the tandems. Me and Nate was talking like what. It seems that the Dudley Boys, rather than face anybody in the actual tag team division, would be better off going against these tandems, like
Dean and Roman, like the Wyatt family. Yeah. I mean, the main tag teams on the show don't give a fuck about the tag titles. Yeah, that's a big problem. And I think an obvious choice for the tag belts would be maybe a Luke Harper and Braun or a Roman and Dean, especially if you're just going to have them limbo and not give them anything, make them look good with belts. I mean, that's obviously what you do in wrestling.
Funny. It's so funny. You look at the Wyatt family, and the athletic one is Harper. That's the athletic one. Yeah. He looks like Rick Rubin, Like, what the fuck? Rick Rubin, he's thin in a motherfucker, by the way. But he looked like the Rick Rubin of old. And he's the athletic one of the group. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's so weird. I would imagine he would be the big, slow dude of any other faction outside of the Wyatt family. But no, he's like doing all the athletic stuff. He's doing the super kicks and doing the fucking sentons and the suicide dives and
Harper is one of my top guys I love.
I'm waiting for the stand-up somersault. I'm waiting for the somersault. I'm waiting for Big Show. What we said? What was Big Show? What was he supposed to do?
Oh, the Frog Splash 450.
Yeah, 450 from. I'm waiting for the 450 from the Big Show, and I'm waiting for the standing moonsault by Luke Harper. He could probably do it.
Standing moonsault? Yeah, most likely. I can see him doing that.
He could probably do that shit.
Do it, Harper. Let's see what's up.
So, is there anything else to talk about other than the fact that are you looking forward to seeing a Seth Rollins do 2 matches? Because this is like sympathetic for him. And like every time, I don't know what the fuck, man. It seems like it looks like he's about to be babyface, or like he's about to be healed, like he's about to be babyface, maybe about to be healed, because this is making him the total heel. This is like he's up against the wall, man. You got Sting, you got John Cena making him defend the title.
I'm very excited about seeing Rollins wrestle twice on one card, because if you saw SummerSlam,
he's going to be a babyface.
He was definitely the best part of SummerSlam, and I definitely want to see him wrestle Sting. I think that match is going to be really
peril.
Good. And he made the last match against Cena really good, so I'm very excited about these 2 matches. I mean, it's an interesting storyline how the heel champion is going to have to wrestle twice. It's going to make you want to like him, but I think
because that's a babyface move.
I mean, yeah, but I think that this whole thing is going to have some Triple H involvement somewhere. I think they're going to do the pedigree versus pedigree storyline somewhere, and it's going to be teased right here. And that's why Sting was doing all that, cutting it Triple H promo.
Something I've been noticed over the past 3 weeks, even with last Monday's Raw and how that ended with the Gorilla Press into the RKO on the Big Show. It seems like the baby faces are always the assholes. Whoever is a heel, whoever the heel, you're fucked. Like I'm gonna sympathize for you. I'm not gonna cheer you. I'm saying I'm sympathize for you. Rusev being left in the ring all by himself twice and getting jumped. You know, the baby faces is clawing back in the ring like a bunch of assholes to fucking stomp down. You know, it's
triple
like
RKO,
like 4-on-1. Like what the fuck? Like you're not supposed to do that. If anything, you're supposed to like just stand and not like climb back in the ring and go for seconds and pick the bones. And they did it with Rusev. They did that shit with Big Show. And then now you look at this dynamic of Cena and Sting forcing Seth Rollins to defend both belts in one night. It's like these guys are fucking bullies. You know, like these guys are ganging up on the guy. Like we're Seth Rollins isn't in a position where we're waiting for his comeuppance as much as like we just want to see you lose. You know, we want to see you lose, not to see you get yours. You know, we want to finally see you lose because every time you defend the title, there's something screwy. Someone comes in and affects it, or something happens. You know, you've had the Taker bail you out. You've had Jon Stewart bail you out. You know, you just happened to pull the belt just a little bit harder once y'all fell to the ground. You and Dean Ambrose. You know, like and on and on and on and on and on. We just want to see you lose at some point clean.
Well, do you think Sting's the guy? You think they could put the bet on Sting? I mean, yeah, I don't.
AJ Lee's record, CM Punk's record, man. This is what's happening. And if even if you listen to Seth Rollins, he sounds CM Punk-ish to a certain extent.
He's been doing that since Ring of Honor.
You know? And there's two agendas. And it's not necessarily knocking. You can't just erase CM Punk, but you could take him down a notch. So I feel like there's two title things happening at once. Two title reigns in spite of CM Punk and AJ Lee. And we're going to see fucking Seth Rollins with that belt for quite some time. And the way that Nate, it would have to been the day he beats CM Punk's record is the day after it's like the day after SummerSlam. It's like the day after next year's SummerSlam.
Oh, well, I can't see him going all throughout Mania season, especially with all that star power with the belt. I know they hate CM Punk, but I think that they're going to have to put the belt on Brock, Rock, Taker, fucking someone.
Remember, Nikki and Seth sitting in a tree. Kissing. Speaking of Seth and kissing, that dumb bitch, that's another dumb bitch.
Oh, yeah. What
Zarah.
Yeah, she.
You know her? Oh, somebody like was telling me that they went to school with her.
I didn't go to school with her.
No, not you. I'm drawing a blank with the name. The two wrestling fan, the black dude. I always forget his name. The big wrestling marks. It's like a black dude. And he has like
Peter?
Oh yeah, it's me.
Oh.
It's me. Swerve.
It was me all along.
I can't even think. I mean, they're gonna get mad at me because I fucking forgot their names. But nevertheless, they went to school with her. They know her,
That's
and they went to school. And now she's fucking up, putting shit on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's resurfacing. Her Instagram ain't cool. Like,
I forgot about racist rants. Now she's gone. So.
Well, racist unicorns. You got Hitler unicorns and swastikas.
Oh, it was just like kind of a joke, or
no? Like she has a fascination with the SS, and which I don't blame her. I mean, the SS is a fascinating thing. Yeah. You know, like in a bad way, but I'm just saying, like if you
military, everyone likes. Yeah, I mean,
military
enjoys something about military.
Yeah, the storyline, the Aryans. I mean, it's its own little like bubble of interest. You know, it's odd.
Yeah.
So maybe she has a fascination with that. I was surprised that Seth Rollins was actually with her at NXT TakeOver after she done fucking exposed his penis and shit.
Oh well, I mean, I don't think he gives a fuck. I think that probably helped him get laid.
Well, I mean, no, but she was behind it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and then they're together, and now she's gone. She's off NXT. Apparently, she debuted not too long ago. Didn't she wrestle not too long ago?
Not on NXT.
Maybe a dark match. Apparently,
possibly. Yeah. She was down there.
She just started. She just finally got into the ring, whether it was a dark match or what. And now the next day, because she's her. Hey, WWE.
Well, there were tapings that we haven't seen everything.
Yeah.
And so she might be there.
Hey, it's like it's no need to be all sensitive and shit. But I do applaud the WWE for being just a little sensitive to shit like that. If something can come off as just a little offensive, whether it's Hogan and his shit, and now this, and it's like, come on, man, we don't need you showing off your fucking obsession with the SS. That's not a good look. So you got to go. That's your second strike. You got to go now. What I'm saying? And I bet they had big plans for her. And now because the past, it creeps up, man. It creeps up.
Yeah, I mean, if it's hard to say if I really, we were really missing anything with her. She was I've never seen her wrestle, so
She was hot.
yeah, but she can still be hot,
Yeah, but not in the WWE. She could Pornhub.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks the part. I mean, Chrissy Mack, is she still dinged up?
Oh, I don't know the day to day.
Okay. But she's a little, she could be the new Chrissy Mack. Just stay away from people named War Machine. Don't even go to ROH shows.
Oh, yeah.
Or just stay away from anything labeled War Machine. All right. And yeah, still keep your eye on the Jimmy Snuka case. This is gonna get real.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
I can't believe that shit.
It's gonna get real. It's about to get real, and it may just affect WrestleMania. If it comes out that he was part of the conspiracy, Jimmy Jones be like, I want nothing to do with this. I know. I mean, this goes above and beyond everything.
Do you really think it's going to do that? Because,
Yes.
WrestleMania is still going to do big numbers, and I think the bottom line is money. They could...
It is about the bottom line, and he did just sign.
And it is a corporation now, so, it can go on without Vince.
Jerry Jones just signed the Kraken from us, who just apparently beat his... You didn't see it, you heard him. What the fuck is his name? The Kraken. For the Panthers, he got 20 sacks. He averages 20 sacks a season.
Oh, King? What is his name?
Not Keekly, but the other dude.
Oh,
man, I can't even think of his name. But he signed. He paid off old girl, whatever.
Yeah.
But he's charged with domestic abuse and against a woman. And Jerry Jones decided to.
he's like, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
So that shows you. I guess that's his mentality. He's an old guy.
But I'm just saying, the bigger picture too is, you really do need to keep your eye on everything that's happened in the Snuka case, because Vince McMahon is involved. He's involved with the cover up, and if this really makes big news, if this all comes out, the landscape of the wrestling world is going to change like that.
Well, goddamn.
I mean,
I'm glad it needs a shake-up.
Piper hit that fucker in the head with a coconut for a reason. You killed that girl. Pow! Too soon. All right, so plug. Let's get the fuck out.
At JG Pro Wrestling on Twitter, SoundCloud.com/JG Pro Wrestling, Fashion the World podcast every Thursday morning where we review NXT. That's also on GorillaPress.com as well as PJTWCentral.com. And I'm also on Outside Interference with the Legal Man, Mark Charles.
The Legal Man.
Every Wednesday night. And that's on Podbean, Stitcher, all those things too.
And go back and check out my... go back one video and check out me talking about Hulk Hogan on Good Morning America. He's a dirtbag. That's all I say. And check out yesterday's conversation with Nathan Newman, the New Day podcast. I think that was episode 8. Other than that, man, thanks for listening. This is episode, again, 54.
Hell yeah.
Of the New Day, the Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling podcast. You can now watch us in person on YouTube. You can also listen to us on iTunes, and that's the two new things outside of SoundCloud and Stitcher Radio. And if you have a Tumblr account, you can find me at PJTW Central on Twitter. You can find him at JG Pro Wrestling on Twitter. Do a lot of things, man. If you really enjoy this show, share this, please. Just hit the subscription button right down there. Comment, thumbs up, do all of those things. That helps us. especially with bringing in new listeners or new viewers. So if people know you have great taste and they trust your taste, all you got to do is share, and boom, instantly we get 2 or 3 more new listeners, or more people checking out what we got going on, because we're having fun. We're having fun, and this was definitely fun today.
Yeah, I had a great time.
Good old time. So, you got any last words?
No, step it up, WWE. This Raw was shit.
It wasn't shit. It
was a C. It was a C.
Yeah. B minus.
Shit.
We see the intentions, but it's just the delivery was all wrong. Again, go check out. I guess tonight is Wrestle Wednesday. So So you got TNA. You got. Oh, by the way, TNA October 2nd.
Oh, in Charlotte.
Yeah. Bound for Glory.
Yeah, $35 tickets. I'm not trying to go.
I want to go. We can go if we show up. We get it for free. They need some people in there.
I mean,
it's all a ruse.
I don't know. We'll have to.
It's all a ruse.
We'll have to see. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to go. I want to go to the last ever TNA event. Word up. Enjoy wrestling today. Later on, you will see me for Peter Talk SmackDown, and that's about it, dude.
Hell yeah.
So, do yourself a favor, folks. Watch out for those foreign objects. Peace.